What's good in the hood, YouTube? This is Crazy Samurai 71 here, bringing you another video. Today I wanted to do another Amiibo unboxing video. I recently picked up a few, and I went to a Best Buy recently in New York, like New York State, and oddly enough they had two Amiibos that I was looking for. I also recently, for the Villager restock, I went to a Toys R Us and I managed to get Villager finally. But today we're going to be looking at one that I was pretty happy to see, and I was surprised to see, and this is one that was originally meant to be Toys R Us exclusive, but they decided for a bunch of Amiibo recently to start restocking shelves with some of the rarer ones that used to be store exclusive or just in general pretty darn rare. Recently I also had done videos for Captain Falcon and I had made videos for Captain Falcon and Bowser and Lil Mac, but I might not have actually posted them yet just because I just haven't had time yet. But I have them ready, I just haven't, but it should be soon. Anyway, today I wanted to show off Lucario. Now, Lucario was originally intended to be a Toys R Us exclusive. Best Buy recently got him, and some other things, and it was nice. Now, this for me is great because now I only need two more Pokemon, which is Jigglypuff and Mewtwo. It's not bad. Mewtwo I'm expecting to get for sure. Jigglypuff harder to get. Target doesn't typically restock as much when it comes to their store exclusives. Best Buy and what would it be? Toys R Us seems to have been doing a lot more, and GameStop I don't really know. Like, I don't really think they've been doing much at all. But it's mainly been Toys R Us and Best Buy have seemed to have gotten a lot more restocks, and so good stuff. And they also have like a bigger area for like toy merchandise, so it makes a lot of sense. So anyway, here is Lucario. He looks great. I was really happy to see him. I was very surprised to see him, but I saw him and I was like, awesome, because you don't find him everywhere, and it was nice to finally get Lucario and be able to say that I have another one from this was the third wave, I believe. So yeah, very good to see that I was able to get Lucario. I've been wanting him for a while, and I wasn't sure when I would ever get him, and that also completes another character from the third wave, I believe. So good to note. Now I only have a few. Now I only have from that wave missing Ike, because I originally ordered him but I couldn't get him. Who else was it? Ike, Mennonite, Rosalina, and Shulk are the only ones from that wave that I'm missing. But now I have Lucario, which looks great. I mean, that wave was huge. He looks great, though. Look at that. Let me show you it from that angle. From this angle. From this angle. And back to this. So he looks really, really great. You can probably tell where like certain parts of him were probably attached on, like his feet were more than likely due to the fact that these are thicker, like the blue parts thicker than the legs, so they were probably attached on separately. The arms were probably attached on. I mean, he has a very unique look. He's also a character where you have to be particularly very, very, very careful of his tail, because his tail is only attached by a small piece, so it's not like it's a super strong, like, perfect thing. Tails in general are typically things that, like, they're so sensitive, and this one I could totally imagine it snapping right off if you're not careful. So you have to be especially careful of that. He does have something that's holding him up, if you haven't already noticed, in the back here. So he does have a little bit of a pull. It's not too bad looking. It definitely is there, and it's definitely noticeable. So it's not like it's not present, but it's also because his legs are kind of interesting because of how they hold up in the back here. But he's still a really cool looking character, and I was really happy to finally get him because I was missing him from that wave, and it was just nice to finally know that I could say that I have him and be happy with that. So Lucario is just really, really cool. and really great. His legs are going off the post a little bit just because of the fact that his stance is so wide, which is, if you're curious, that's how they made him, I guess. So interesting. Obviously, that might have been, that, I'm not sure for a fact here, but I could totally imagine, I just completely forgot about this thing, that they probably factored that in, and yeah, the stand actually has some extra space intended for those purposes, because they knew that Lucario would go past the stand a little bit, so there's a little bit more space in the box because of the fact that his feet go a little bit out of the main space, even though typically they do tend to factor that in. But I guess in this case, because his stance is intended to be wide, they had no choice but to let him go out a little bit. And yeah, it's okay, perfectly fine though. I really do like his look, and he just has a rim of detail. Another thing to note is that not only is his tail something that's easily likely to break, his hair, if you've never noticed it, is just barely even attached. So it's like, if you are not careful, I mean, this is probably a little bit more sturdy just because they know that could fall off a lot more easily. I can definitely see that they definitely took a little bit more care in that regard. But since he's such a thin and tiny character, the material is so much smaller, and because there's a lot more parts that could easily have fallen off, they probably have some extra adhesive stuff on him that is meant to keep him sturdy and in a good position and keep him strong. There's also no paint damage, which is really nice to see. So it's really good. It's just that, yeah, he's good. It's just, you know, he's very thin. So thin material means that things are a lot more susceptible to being lighter and a lot more fragile. So he's definitely not a character that you're gonna think, oh, there's no way he could break. He definitely could break. He's definitely a character that has enough things here and there that could result in a limb or something like that breaking off. And that's a sad thing to say, but at the same time it makes sense for his design. But it's still cool, and he's a great character. Anyway, I know I've been talking about like him a lot, but yeah. So I would love to know if you guys have managed to get him. I know he came out a while back now, third wave, so that was like, I think February-ish, around that time. Yeah, I think that was right. February, maybe even like March, around that time. I'd love to know if you guys ever got him, or have you recently got him at a Best Buy? I would love to know all that. Do you play Lucario in Smash? Also, is he one of your favorite Pokemon? Tell me that. Or what, and more importantly, what is your favorite Pokemon? I would love to know that too. What is your favorite Pokemon? Tell me that in the comments, and I would and maybe I'll do a video on Pokemon in the future, maybe even a top 5, top 10 about like favorite Pokemon. I already did one on my on what I consider to be the cutest Pokemon, but I would love to know if you guys, what is your favorite Pokemon, and if you guys want me to do a top 5 or top 10 favorite Pokemon, because I would totally be interested in that. I just haven't had the time right now, but I would totally do it. So tell me that in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. So again, this has been our unboxing of Lucario, and I will see you guys next time. So bye bye.